Okay, so again, these are the 3 products I used before I did my hair. So after I washed it, I put this guy in, which is just a leave-in conditioner. I put that in the ends. And then I put this one in, which is a volumizing spray, because I have kind of fine hair, so I always need to add a little something. It also helps hold the curl. And then this guy, which is a heat protector spray. Anytime I'm putting heat on my hair, I always put a heat protector spray in. The other thing you will need when you're actually doing your hair are these items are what I use. I use a heat protector glove, which you can get these for a few dollars online. Hairbrush, some hairspray. This is a volumizer called Triple Sec, which I find it really helpful for keeping curls where they're supposed to be. I really think it's a good product. If you don't have that, you can use any dry shampoo. That usually helps. And at the end, I usually put a little silk drops, just little hair oil, whatever you have in the end, just to keep your hair nice and moisturized and looking well. So that's what I use for the process. And these guys are what I use beforehand. Okay, so my hair is dry. I let it dry overnight. This is what it looks like. I usually run a brush through it really quick, just so there's no tangles. And then I just take it into like a top half and a bottom half. So I'm just going to take the top half and pin it up out of the way so we can curl the bottom half. Just going to put it in a little knot on top of my head. And then just going to start with this side. And it really kind of doesn't matter if it's super straight or flat before you start. It doesn't matter because you're just going to curl it. And I did put an extra dose of heat protector spray in it this morning and then let it air dry. All right, so, oh, one other trick that I do too. So this is my flat iron. So right here is where it tells you the heat. I try not to go over 350 degrees on my hair because I don't want to cause damage. But it's really hard to see if it's at 350 when you're doing your hair, and it's really easy to hit the little wheel. So what I did is I put a little dot of red nail polish like right at the 350. So now it's really easy to see, and I can just flip it back whenever it goes off. Just a little note there. So I'm going to put my fancy heat protector glove on. This will save your fingers, trust me. So you just take a section of hair that you've run your brush through, and then you want to point down. You don't want to point it out like you would be if you were flattening your hair. This is you're going to definitely hold it a little bit differently. So you hold it down and you give it a little twist, and then just pull it through. I usually do the ends. There you go, and there's your curl. Now if you don't want like a super tight curl while it's hot, like just pull it a little bit, and it loosens it up a little bit and gives it like a more beachy look. So on this side of your face, I always go back. So this side, I go back this direction. This side, I go back that direction, so they meet in the middle. All right, so all you do is just keep taking each section, and you can decide how big or small you like as you get used to doing it. You point the flat iron down and then just pull this through. Now, if you didn't have the heat protector glove on, when you touch this, it could be really hot. And you don't want to burn your fingers. Trust me, I burn my fingers way too often. So the glove really saves you. So again, you just put it in, twist, and bring it down. Ta-da! Cute little curls. And then once you get this down, it goes really quickly. Now you just flip to the other side, run your brush through, and then start curling back. And you can start from whatever side you want. If you want to start with the front or go back front, but you just twist it back and then pull through. Okay, so when you finish this first layer, I usually just take my triple sec and just spray the curls. All right, taking my backup triple sec. This just helps to set the curl and give it a little extra texture, which is what you're looking for with this hairstyle. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I usually do this in threes. So I take the first third of the top, tie this guy back up. You just do the same thing. Okay. So what I usually do is then I need to give this a spray. Just make sure I haven't missed crazy curly. I just make sure I haven't missed any. There's not any like straight pieces around. And then what I do is I take like a little hair oil. I love this little Chi one that somebody sent me, which is awesome, but any hair oil you like will do. And just a little amount because you don't want to take out the curl you just put in, especially for people like me whose hair does not want to curl. So I just put like a small amount in and then run it through the curls. And I'm going to flip my head upside down. All right, I just use my fingers. You can use a wide tooth comb. Don't use a brush or a small tooth comb because you might frizz out your curls. So all I do now is I just kind of make sure I haven't missed anywhere, and then I want to form it like I usually do it. So I just use a little bit of hairspray to kind of shape where I want the hair. And by the way, I have tried every kind of hairspray on the planet, expensive, not expensive, and good old Tresemme, I have to say, is not expensive, and it works really well, and it doesn't feel like gross, like I can brush my hair later, but it does keep it in place. All right, so I'm just gonna separate these curls a little bit. You can just keep working them till you kind of get them in the place that you want. And if they're too springy, just pull on them a little bit. And again, I'm someone whose hair does not hold a curl at all. Like if I go to Dry Bar or somebody else, my hair does not curl. And this curl will last at least 3 days. It definitely doesn't stay as springy, but it stays really nice and pretty. And I can use a little dry shampoo and have my hair last a few days, and it looks nice. So it's, you know, max, once you get this down, you can do your whole head in like 10 minutes. So it's quick and easy, and you know, it ends up looking really nice, and you have like a whole head of all these like awesome curls. Anyway, I quite like it. I hope this helps. I know it's hard to figure out how to do it, and you don't want to burn your hair. So I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like after a day of work. I've been shooting all day and it's still very curly. I just got home and it's still just as curly as when I left. And if you're someone like me whose hair does not curl and you have like a lot of thin hair, it's kind of a miracle to find something. I mean, you do have to use a couple products, but it honestly doesn't take that long once you get it down and you have a really nice curl. Just thought I would share.